Ukraine's story is one of resilience, woven through centuries of triumphs and tribulations. From the fertile plains to the Carpathian Mountains, this land has witnessed the rise and fall of empires. Its people have endured invasions, occupations, and political turmoil. Yet, through it all, the spirit of Ukraine has never been broken. The roots of Ukrainian identity run deep, nourished by a rich cultural heritage. From the Kyivan Rus' era to the Cossack period, Ukraine has carved its own path. The fight for freedom and self-determination has been a constant theme throughout its history. Today, as Ukraine faces its greatest challenge yet, it is this indomitable spirit that continues to inspire. The world watches in awe as Ukrainians demonstrate unwavering courage and determination in the face of adversity. Their fight is not just for their homeland, but for the very principles of democracy and freedom that unite us all. The Cossack era, marked by fierce warriors and independence, left an indelible mark on Ukraine's identity. These horsemen fought for autonomy against Polish and Russian domination. Ukraine's strategic location made it a coveted prize for foreign powers. The Russian Empire's expansion eroded Ukrainian autonomy. Ultimately, it was forcibly incorporated into the Soviet Union. The Holodomor, a man-made famine, decimated millions of Ukrainian lives. Yet, the flame of Ukrainian spirit refused to be extinguished. The collapse of the Soviet Union in 1991 marked a pivotal moment in Ukraine's history. Ukraine finally regained its independence. On August 24, 1991, the Ukrainian parliament declared its independence. The transition to democracy proved challenging. Ukraine inherited corruption and economic instability. In 2004, the Orange Revolution erupted. Massive protests followed a rigged presidential election. The Orange Revolution showed the power of peaceful protest. The Maidan Uprising and the annexation of Crimea, a nation divided. In 2014, Ukraine was thrust into turmoil. President Yanukovych, under pressure from Russia, reneged on a trade agreement with the EU. This decision sparked the Maidan Uprising. Hundreds of thousands took to the streets. The protests were met with brutal force. Despite violence, protesters stood firm. The uprising climaxed in February 2014 with government snipers killing dozens. The world watched in horror. Yanukovych fled to Russia, leaving a power vacuum. Russia seized Crimea, exploiting the chaos. Moscow orchestrated a sham referendum to justify annexation. This marked a dangerous chapter in Ukraine's history. Section 5. A year of resistance, Ukraine's stand against aggression. Since February 2022, Ukraine has been locked in a fierce struggle for survival. Russia, under the pretext of denazifying and demilitarizing its neighbor, launched a full-scale invasion, unleashing a wave of destruction and suffering across the country. The Ukrainian people, however, refused to be cowed. Inspired by their history of resilience and driven by an unwavering love for their homeland, they mounted a spirited defense. Ordinary citizens took up arms alongside their military, demonstrating extraordinary courage and determination in the face of overwhelming odds. The Ukrainian resistance has been bolstered by international support. Countries around the world have condemned Russia's aggression and imposed crippling sanctions on its economy. Military aid, in the form of weapons, intelligence, and training, has been crucial in helping Ukraine defend itself against its larger and better-equipped adversary. The war in Ukraine is far from over. Fierce fighting continues in the eastern and southern regions of the country. Millions have been displaced from their homes, seeking refuge in neighboring countries. The human cost of this conflict is immeasurable, yet amidst the tragedy and destruction, the spirit of Ukraine remains unbroken. Section 6. Looking ahead. Navigating uncertainty, embracing hope. The future of Ukraine remains uncertain. The outcome of the war will have profound implications not only for Ukraine but for the entire international order. A Russian victory would embolden authoritarian regimes worldwide, while a Ukrainian victory would reaffirm the principles of sovereignty, territorial integrity, and the right of nations to choose their own destiny. Despite the challenges ahead, there is reason for hope. The Ukrainian people have demonstrated extraordinary resilience and determination. They have shown the world that they are willing to fight for their freedom and their future. International support for Ukraine remains strong, and the global community is united in its condemnation of Russia's aggression. The road ahead will be long and arduous. Rebuilding Ukraine after the war will require a monumental effort. However, if the past is any indication, the Ukrainian people, with the support of the international community, will rise to the challenge. They will rebuild their country, stronger and more united than ever before, their spirit forged in the crucible of conflict.